Hello everyone and welcome to another MadBag Gamer production. I am going to attempt to bring you a Supreme Commander 2 skirmish match in which I beat a cheatingly hard AI opponent. I don't necessarily have a map in mind, I'm just going to kind of yank one here. I was actually on this, which one was I on? Spring Duel? Yeah, I've played that before and it's kind of a fun one. Cheating! Okay, I'm actually going to pick Cybran because I have a certain strategy in mind, and I'll explain it as we get going. Alright, so here we go. Okay, so with the cheating AI opponent, I don't know the exact stats on what they cheat on, but economy is definitely part of it. They get free money, basically, and that equates to more units than you can get. So, the strategy that I'm going to be using here is to basically rush economy real hard and survive. If I can pound out a bunch of economy and stay alive, then hopefully my regular economy can keep up with his cheating economy. So I'm going to rely heavily on defenses. You saw the very first thing I did before I even built structures here, I went into my structure research tab and I chose a decrease in build time and a decrease in build cost. The next thing I'm going to be doing is building a little bit of strength into my buildings, which also happens to decrease their build time and cost even further. And I'm going to be using defenses to not die. And then I may go all out and just go the heavy artillery method, like I did in my 2 vs 2 hard AI. Actually, I didn't really go real heavy into artillery in that one. I ended up getting like 2 artillery and then was kind of done. I may go heavy into artillery, or I may just try to switch it off to land instead. I know either way I will be following up. I may actually need my commander right after that tower. So build that one and then let's move on to some defense with you. You're going to build a defensive tower first, then the mass extractor. Now that both of them are dead, you're going to build another defensive tower and then a mass extractor. Even when you go full on building, you don't want to totally exclude a factory because you will need to build engineers at the very least. Oh man, oh man. It may get real ugly over here real fast. Get the tower down. Please just get the tower down. Oh, he finished the tower. Thank you, Jesus. They may kill the tower. I may be able to survive. Even if they kill the tower. I'm hoping they don't kill the tower. Repair the tower first, get a second tower. Alright, so I've played a cheating AI one other time, and there's really 2 real difficult parts in the match. One is going to be this beginning stage when they start getting 2 and 3 land factories up. They are going to really be pumping just a steady stream of a 3 unit wide river right into my base. And then the other hard part is going to be when they first start getting experimentals. Hopefully, and actually hold on. Let's cancel those last 2 defenses and let's get this out. Since I lost an engineer, I'm going to kind of be hurting a bit. I don't like putting a whole lot of structures up here on the front lines because this is going to get real crowded around my defenses. I'm going to need multiple shield generators right behind these defensive lines. And putting things like this research facility up here, I tend to want to put that stuff back here, back into the back of my base. But I don't think I have a whole lot of a choice right now because I think I'm going to need the time. I don't have time to walk my commander back here and then back up. I'm getting ready to need a couple more defensive structures to even survive. Alright, I'm not going to leave that on repeat, but I'm going to get like 3 or 4. Actually, I might forget, so let's do it that way. Let's do the 3. To be totally safe, I'm going to put 1 anti-air tower up. Normally you'll see a jet or 2 before they really go heavy into air production. And I might as well go ahead and get some strength for my towers. Given that I just got those 2 strength upgrades, I'm feeling pretty confident that I'm going to be able to survive these early stages. As I was saying with the anti-air though, generally they'll send over as they start to get air units. They'll send 1 or 2 over, and not necessarily just show up on your doorstep with, like, you know, 12 bombers the way a good player would. Kind of keep it back until they've got a critical mass that they can surprise you with. They'll bring 1 over, so if I see 1 over, this one's going to defend me from it, and I should be able to dedicate some time to getting some more anti-air out at that stage, so I don't necessarily need to invest real heavy into it right now. I'm going to up my production real hard. I'm getting a little bit more power. I'm going to go ahead and continue on the power train here. And then I want my research kind of heavy because I want to sprint up to mass converters, and then I want to max out my structure strength and probably get a nuclear defense silo. I've seen cheating hard AIs get nukes kind of quick, and it's really devastating if they surprise you with that. For some cannon fodder, I'm going to get out some land units. I'm not going to invest real heavy into them, but having some of them is definitely a good thing. I'm actually going to start building towards this shield generator, because I've got a nice little critical mass of turrets here that's doing pretty good at their trickle of units, and I'll be able to continue to add turrets as my money, my economy, is pretty well established right now. I'm starting to get some nice flow. Ah, that's what I'm talking about. 1 jet comes in. I instantly killed it. That means that they're probably going to invest quite a bit more into air units, though. I'm going to get anti-air on my factory, and I'm instantly going to build some more anti-air towers. I'm going to set an engineer here on a patrol behind my turrets, so that he will patrol and repair. I got my first shield generator. Actually, I just got the tech. I don't necessarily have a shield generator itself yet. And I'm actually running a little low on mass. I would really like to be able to get straight up to that mass converter, but it may get a little heavy before that. So, and actually, let's cancel those other 2 research facilities. And let's pause production just because my mass is looking so low. I really want to get this defense solidified, and I want to get up to converting, and then get some out, and then probably get a lot more power out, so that I can really get my economy on its feet. You guys come over here. I'm not going to need you for a while, but I definitely want to have you. Yeah, I'm liking that timing on the anti-air. That was about perfect. I like numbering a lot of my stuff. Engineers, all my engineers on 3. Commander on 6. 6 is what I use for my command center, Nexus, Hatchery, and StarCraft, so it just feels natural for me to go to 6 on my keyboard for my my primary unit, the unit I'm going to be doing more stuff with than just about any other unit. I don't always get radar real early. Your engineers have decent radar, and especially on a map like this, they have decent radar. I might sneak one in, though. I normally sneak it in right about the time I'm getting artillery. Oh, mass conversion. Oh no, a transport. That is not good. Transports are a huge pain in the butt, because they kind of take a while to take down, and all they've got to do is get a couple land units behind your defensive line, and you have a problem. So I'm going to bolster my anti-air just a touch, and I really need to get out some mass conversion. So you cancel, give me just a couple engineers, unpause. I'm going to say 2 engineers. Tip that I did give in my other video, but that I'll go ahead and give again, don't put, if you can help it, don't put mass converters real close to anything else, because if they die, if they bring a bomber over or something and kill one mass converter, the mass converters blow up in a way that will cause damage to everything around them. And you don't want that. You want, if they get lucky enough to kill one of your mass converters, you want just it to die and nothing else. Go ahead and get some resources here. So far I'm feeling good, although they could still really put me in a pickle with with their first experimental, and I would kind of like to sprint up to the megalith because it has really long range and it's really good at countering experimentals. Just in that I can keep it over here on my shields, and its long range will just sit there and peck away at them until they're dead. Generally I can survive long enough to have my megalith take out their experimentals. That actually kind of makes me want to get more research, because it's not going to be a quick trip up to the megalith, especially not if I take a break to get the nuclear defensive silo, which I just may do. I may deem that I need the nuclear defense before the megalith, and it's 8. Those things are so expensive too, it bothers me to get those so early. But, I mean, if they get a nuke on you, then you're in trouble. That's one that it's kind of good to err on the side of caution for, unless you're going air or something and you have a way to reliably scout them. Yeah, I'm going to do that actually. I'm going to go ahead and get it. Now, one cool thing about fighting the computers is that most of the time you can kind of judge where they're going to throw their nukes. They'll kind of throw it at your valuable stuff. So looking at me, I would say they might put a nuke up here, they might put a nuke over here, or they might put a nuke right here. I would doubt they'd slap one back here. They might do one like right here instead, and that would still get some of this. But they use their computers, so they use oh, and look at how much I can cover there. That's actually really nice. They use an algorithm to determine where best to strike with a nuke, so it makes sense that they're gonna choose an area that has a lot of valuable structures in it for you. Here I've got just a couple mass converters on a hotkey. Let's go ahead and get all of them on a hotkey. That's going to be something important that I have to continue to micromanage, converting my energy into mass, as these few mass extractors will not be sufficient. And oh man, I wish I could get this megalith a little faster, because not only do I have to wait on these research points, I then have to construct the facility and then have to construct the experimental itself. They're starting to get a little thicker here. I'm a little bit surprised. I guess I would expect more land units than this, but given that they're getting some air units, that's probably cutting into their land unit production. And I guess that would kind of explain a slack in land units. And maybe that will force them to get their experimentals more slowly, which would really be great. And actually I can start my experimental gantry so that I can build a megalith, and then I'll feel safe from experimentals even. And from there it's really just a matter of determining what I want to use to do the killing blow. It's just determining, do I want to do long range artillery and just bombard him to death? Do I want to continue to invest in land units, build up an army, push and kill him? Do I want to do something crazy like switch over to air and get a bunch of bombers, or I don't know. I guess I could be absolutely insane and build up my ACU and do like a ninja assassin ACU move. Yeah! I do have the jump on the ACU, and it gets pretty long range. I could probably sit right up here on this cliff after getting the appropriate ACU jump and extended jump distance upgrades. I could probably sit on this cliff and jump him right over onto their high ground and waltz right in and at least challenge his AC. I don't know exactly how well that fight would go. And I am gonna build a couple nuclear countermeasures, because something else I know the computer really likes to do is multi-nukes. Normally